All right, back nine. Welcome to the Fling Show, McHemi Skins Match Play. Here we are really close. Me, Meredith, Gary here, 97672, local player, pro disc golf. I'm two skins up, Nikki Nash, the beginning of our women's disc golf here in Houston area. She's two skins up, and Christina. Oh my gosh, she is like world renowned. She's got three skins, and we're battling it out here. So this is yeah, Christina, introduce yourself, girlfriend.
Hello, it's Christina Lincecum 50045, and I'm excited to be here and had a blast doing this. All right, I'm trying to remember which hole this is.
Northside Christian Church here in Spring, Texas. We are actually at hole, well, we call it 13.
Oh,
13 a raised basket recently here
yes,
about a week ago. Gets in
it's
your head
very
too.
high. It is so
I
high. So
think the
high
wind was
that
messed up.
steps. It's pretty open shot. I should have a little bit of an advantage here because I can just pull out a hyzer. But it's fairly open for anybody. Casey busting out the sidearm again. That versatility.
Yeah, and most people do lay up because it does get you.
Here you go, just laying it up right next to the basket. Yeah, there's a ditch to the right. I don't think there's any OB in there, but I don't think you really want to be in there. I was just laying it up and they'll threw it right at the tree. It was actually accurate there. I think
Nice.
Casey's drive. Yeah, just giving it a good run. That's kind of what I was talking about, that she knew that we were up there for three and she wanted to take that skin, so she gave it a harder run than she probably would have, say, in a tournament round, because that was for her birdie and she would have taken all the skins there had she made it.
Right. Great putt from you as well. So y'all pushed that one on, and this next one, this next one is actually the biggest one at Northside Christian Church. It is a par 4. I think it goes 667 feet, if I read that right.
I think it's 607. So,
607.
Yeah, it's got that nice big old honking tree right in the middle. Very pretty.
Yeah, that's a new one. That happened about 2 weeks ago, honestly. A lot of these trees got knocked down in a recent storm.
I hope nobody was around. That's a big old tree. Right out there in the open, right where you want to be, I think.
Yep, happy with that.
Now, I don't have to worry about this. Was there OB on the right that you had to worry about?
Actually was. There is a parking lot. So there is a lot to play with, but if your disc, comes out too soon, you could get over into the danger area.
See, from the tee box, you really can't see anything. It just looks like a big field, so.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's really fair to tell your teammates if they're not familiar about that. And then you did a perfect drive, like a man drive, I will say, because you definitely don't want to end up in that brush because it is stickers galore. So I don't even.
Oh no.
Like there's no getting out.
And we're all wearing shorts. It is freaking hot out there. Oh my god, it was so hot and humid. Whew.
Right. I was trying to pierce it down straight. It came out earlier than I wanted, but I'm up there, so let's go. Casey's gonna stand and deliver in
patent pending. I'm not so great at this shot, so I love to see people execute it. Oh, and she did so good on that shot. That was beautiful.
Yes, she just had a wonderful game. Now, you are up there with typically where the guys are. I'm a little jealous, but look. And then you just pierce it down by the basket. Meteor, right?
That was actually my wasp.
Wasp.
Yes, I have two wasps. I have one that's more broken in, which is that one, and then one that's more stable. Yeah, I bag both of them and throw them a lot for like 300 to 320 feet. So.
Learn. I'm gonna take this advice. I'm gonna get better than you.
right there. Don't look like you need much advice there.
So Nikki's running for it. For her.
I would like to point out to anybody who doesn't know that Nikki is 5 months pregnant, and it was like 175 degrees out there, and I was so impressed because I was crybabying all day, and she wasn't. So, so I have the chance to take these skins here if I make this putt. But I think we all know how that was going to end.
So the pressure's on for me to push this now that she missed that.
Yeah, was
And
anybody else up there for 4? Great putt again.
I think Casey. She was a little.
Okay.
No, I think that was my 4. No, you're right, because I did push with you. I did push with you. So
Yep.
no one else put it out.
Yeah, I just dropped that one in and we pushed it again. So we have I don't even know how many at this point. Several skins pushed at this point. It's been a long time since anybody won one of them, so they're really stacking up.
So fun. So this one's tricky. I mean, you can have a Heiser line, you have an Anheuser line, or a Heiser line for Christina. But there's lots of trees in the center that you really got to get by.
Right, and it kind of takes your opportunity for like throwing big distance, because you have to worry about getting past those trees and throwing an accurate shot, rather than, say, on the previous hole I could just throw it, and just try to throw it as far as possible because there's no danger.
Yeah. Casey
And
took
that's
that
a great
Heiser out.
shot. Right out
Nikki
there.
and I both took those trees, so we both have patent pending to work with to try to put it under the basket and compete. Kind of a challenge at times.
And that was a good shot. It was just a little low for her. It seems like you do patent pending a lot because it really fits into your throwing style.
Love it. Didn't work out that time, but that's okay.
Again, a
That's what
little
it
low.
was.
I'm guessing y'all had some kind of low hanging stuff that was kind of getting in your head and making you throw low there.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that run. Oof, that was
See, that's what I was
beautiful.
talking about, how in a round she would probably just put that under the basket, but she knows she needs to put it in there because she could steal the
That's right.
skin if she put it in.
But I've played with her for over a year, and she puts those in often. So I'm just saying. Casey she's quite the competitor.
Yes. So
She'll
me and
whoop me.
Katie are in the circle we're both putting for 3. So here we
Mm.
both have the opportunity to take skin. Ooh, great run by Nikki. Oh, Casey's nerves get her, so now it's all on me.
Oh, Christina.
Oh, I mean, the opportunity was there, but so we push another one.
It was exciting. It made for a great game to watch, let me say.
Yeah, it was crazy the way they just kept piling up.
So this next hole, we're actually doing the alternate tee. It's an Anheuser for me, Christina, and a Heiser. I got my titanium thrasher, and it does not flip over like I want. Kind of turns out.
Is there a path over there to the left? Like an OB path right there?
No.
Or no? Okay.
No. She goes up the gut. Beautiful.
And it worked out well. I was kind of surprised. Sorry. I was surprised she didn't do the flick, but maybe she needed that extra distance. It says 429, but I don't think it's that far.
I think that's from the original tees.
Okay, because I just threw like a high over the top hyzer with my force, and maybe 300.
Beautifully, mind you. Right. Basket.
We see all that blue sky right there, right where I was throwing, just asking for it.
Nikki has a great shot, unfortunately a little short, or hits a tree, and then she is gonna imagine laid up.
Right up there on that little platform where the basket is.
Definitely running it. Not enough.
Just a little bit short, but a great line.
Yeah. I really feel like this raised area gets in your head.
Oh, for sure.
If she would have been parked, I don't know.
Oh my God, it looks like so much pains on this video.
Yes, way to go, Nikki.
Great putt, Nikki. Great putt.
Yes.
She pushed a lot of skins with those putts. Me and Casey both missed our birdie putts there.
Yes, I love her putting. And you know what? She always reminds me to smile. She always reminds me to smile in the game. I love it. So these are new. They're called the retention pond holes. They're new. We have new baskets like permanently put in there recently. It's a really, I think it's a score separator. Good throw from her, a little short. I know that road probably gets in her head as well. Not yours.
I think that Scotty lasered these, but I think I want to say this one was like maybe 330, 340. I don't remember. I slipped a little bit again. The tee box there was a little weird. It's like you're in a little, you come up from up high and go down low. It's different, but it's pretty wide open for me. I don't have to worry about OB. So Nikki, I think up top. I'm not sure if she went out up there.
She did, unfortunately, come out of bounds. And then I got right on the edge. Just testing.
Okay, now yep, safe. But me and Casey are pretty short. I'm much shorter than her, but somebody's gonna have to make a big putt to get the skin on this and bang that bogey.
I know y'all are gonna do it. I'm just waiting for y'all to do it. Good run, Nikki.
I was waiting for you to do it. You were all over that basket.
Sure was.
So I finally had the height and the spin, but I missed my line a little bit. So now it's all on Casey. Let's see.
Unfortunately, that nose keeps hitting the basket. I'm telling you though, Casey will hit those 50 to 100 footers like when she is on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was 100% nerves. Like those low putts that we both kept doing. It's like, and especially the more you miss, the less confidence you have, and you just don't throw it hard as you should. And I even told her after that hole, I was like, okay, we have to get it together before the Greater Houston Open.
So here we're actually going beyond this basket you see right now. Where there's a second basket beyond that green one that you see in the picture, and we're just laying it up because there's OB little ditch that comes across our fairway. So it's not big, but just right in our area that you want to stay caution.
I will say on this one, there's also a fence to the left, and it really shouldn't come into play, but this is a really long hole and it is windy. So for me, I did have to think about if I really try to crank one out there, if it got turned over, that I actually did have to think about the OB on the left on that one.
That makes sense. I didn't even think of the fence, right? Yeah, because I'm not.
Yep. I mean, it shouldn't really be a concern, but if you really just turn it over and to try to get that extra distance,
yep,
don't get too greedy.
You're losing a disc probably too.
Yeah.
So she's like putting. She did a great drive. A little short, but she's got that putt.
Just two nice straight drives. It's like the same for you.
Yeah, exactly. A little short. Definitely trying to put it up there. Look at that. I love.
Yeah, look at that follow through.
I think we all just came up a little short. And super thrilled where you're sitting. I mean, maybe not in the moment, but I just admire your drive. For you. That's why that's just a simple layup for you.
Yeah, I just threw my buzz with my finger off again. Maybe I wanted to hang out left because then it was going to carry back down. I probably should have thrown my putter. Oh my God, Nikki really trying to go for it there. So, at this point, I'm only like 15 feet away from the basket for three.
Yeah.
Give it a good run. You may as well.
Yeah. We're all just trying our best. No way.
Now I just have it in my hands to take all these skins I've been building up. Oh God. I thought that was going to be the one.
Goodness. So I try not to overthink that. Just put it in the basket and move on. And to be honest, when you mix it, I'm like, all right, that's nothing. Put it in the basket. So we're all still a little bit of the way. So all right. So this next one is actually, it's a simple hole. There is some OB. Well, actually, there's no OB to the left. There's only OB behind it, way far. So we're all trying to
park it. There are trees to the left, right? Like you don't want it over there.
Wasn't OB, so I really don't think there was an OB to the left. because if there was, it would have been the road, and there wasn't. So
it was a little windy. I remember because I threw my Undertaker, because it's just a straight shot, but I was a little concerned about it getting turned over. And again, the tree's not moving and telling that story, but it was there, I promise.
I know exactly. You can't see the wind right now, but it definitely got in our heads, and it was there. Like the grass looks so still.
Right. Everybody's
Oh
watching.
yeah.
There was no wind. Y'all are lying.
It's really cool that the storm did pass on by though, because it was.
Oh yes, that would have been awful. The visibility was almost none. Like he was going like 50 miles an hour on the highway because we just could not see.
So
All right, everybody just kind of out in the fairway.
good bid from Nikki.
Again, she pushed. She was the motivator for pushing a lot of skins, just always right under the basket, like, or making those putts,
Yep. And being out in this wide open heat, that's no joke.
It was awful. You think we'd be
I don't know
used
why it was
to it. I still cry about it all the
humid
time.
that.
Yeah, I think I was maybe at like Circle's Edge. I was further than I thought, and I'm not gonna say that was a good run, but it's there.
But on that hill though, I mean, I have to say that has to just,
Great putt.
puts it in your
Yeah,
head.
Yeah, you'd have to think about, rolling down and all that. All right, I pushed again.
So exciting. This next one is a turnover shot for me, or a nice hyzer for Christina. There is OB behind it, and there's an island technically you have to get on. It really just is a straight in front of you, so it's really not hard to pass. But if you hit that first tree and don't, then you have to cheat. You see that road right there?
Oh, you have to read. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's a good thing. Okay, so up here for putt. It's a long putt. Just gotta look at it. I threw my wasp again here. Just a little low. Up there, not a little bit further than Casey. We both just got some long putts at it. Shout out to those guys that let us play through because they wanted to watch. That was cool.
Totally.
Just a little turned over.
So you may or may not notice that the basket is raised up on the hill, and then right behind it is OB parking lot. So run for it, and then sometimes that disc really gets a lot of action afterwards, and finds yourself putting again. What a good bid from Casey.
That was a great run. Ooh, you see that wind whipping up there.
Yes, you see our wind now. See, there is wind, guys.
I decided to try for that road that you were talking about. I was like, I want to see if I can put this into the road.
Yeah, I was scared. I didn't give it much, and you gave it all.
I mean, I may as well, Oh, great putt. Another great putt.
I was happy to make that. I think that
Because
was
we're going to get to the point there where somebody could take it with a 3,
All right, so Nikki pushed. Yep, there we go again. We pushed it on. We just love to push. Oh,
Yes,
this one, so 18 is just like 1. It is going to give Christina a little bit more stress this time. There's these trees right there for you.
Well, also, like, with those trees in the way kind of pushing me to the right, there is that ditch there. So, yeah, obviously it's a concern of keeping it too low and hazarding out into the ditch. Which I kept it too low, but I didn't hazard. I ended up right in the middle, so that's all right.
And for those not familiar with Northside Christian Church, 18 runs the opposite way that hole 1 does. So you're up against that same value ditch that we were up against on hole 1. So you can go OB on the right and the left, just like hole 1. I can take the parking lot.
And cutting it close.
Oh
my God!
There by that hole.
You don't have the greatest lie, but you're inbound, so you're still all up.
Exactly. Nice.
Nikki just cutting it up into pieces like she did on hole 1. And I decided to go ahead and go over the road because why not? You know, I was like, well, maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. I'm gonna give it a try. And
Oh
I
my gosh. It
skipped
took a
off of
long
it
time
and
to
made
see
it
that.
across.
That was a man crush, I have to say, because it was beautiful. And I'm literally just laying it up because I cannot get it across the road. I cannot man crush it across, especially not having if I want.
There's no huge benefit to it. You know, I still have a pretty long putt for 3, but in that way, in my mind, it makes the 4 easier. You know,
Yeah. And
I
see,
have a
that's what
chance.
happens.
Oh, see, Casey didn't
ends
get
up
quite the good skip I got. I skipped across it. She kind of skipped into it.
Yeah. Knowing your game, knowing your disc. So, and that's what I thought about. I was like, well, you still have a long putt, so I'm just going to play it safe to try to compete with you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was still probably, I don't know, 50, 60 feet out. I'm terrible at distances. I have like 0 depth perception, but I was pretty far out still, so. And there you go.
Yeah, I have control. I stand and deliver when I need control. Oh, I did not like that skip away.
That was a pretty big skip, but it was a great line. You're tracking right to it.
So she's going for it to put in the basket to compete. Oh, it was.
Oh my God, such a great run. And such just a smart play. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm upset. I'm like, oh my God, I really just want to be up against a pole. I do not want to have to play anything. And here you are having to straddle out to push it. Oh,
I hadn't done it in a while.
that was
It
so
felt good. Work.
I noticed that it felt good. You were like talking smack to Casey's disc and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the wrong disc. I thought it was your disc. Look at you.
Look at me.
Yeah, I was so excited. I was like, you put your disc in, and you were much closer than the other disc I thought was yours. But we pushed it together. It was exciting. I was so stoked.
Yeah, we made these awesome. Yeah, I made my awesome 6-foot putt barely. So we like really, put it down on that hole.
So we're actually pushing beyond our 18 holes, guys. Like this is our first.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and unfortunately.
So we're back to that same righty hyzer, kind of short around the corner shot. Looks like she cut it in just a little early. But man, at this point, there's so much on the line. Like not only all the money, but the title. Like if you win the skin now, you win, period. So anybody at any point, anybody could just take the whole thing.
That could not make it happen either. Like that was
So
looking good. We all hit trees. Like we're all scrambling here.
We were. I mean, I know at this point we're all kind of like we're really hot and tired, and we just all the pushing. It's like it's kind of mentally taxing, Like nobody can just come out on top. So it's a pretty wild day.
You're right. Yeah. I was going for it. I hit another tree and I was like, okay, I'm obviously not in it for this.
That wasn't such a great stance there in the trees. I just put it under. Can't miss that one.
Casey is now it's her time.
Oh, another one. Gosh, she had so many of those that just inches off, and she's got it all.
Yep. All right, so now we're going back to hole 8. We did this before, and we're pushing beyond. So this will be hole 20 overall.
Ugh, I'm exhausted just hearing about it.
We were so hot, and poor Nikki, like,
I know,
carrying
she's
another
such
one.
a beast.
I was so proud of her.
Yes, and she wasn't complaining. I was like, "What are you even human?" And there she goes. She ends up in a similar spot she did the last time we played it, just a little bit more over to the left there.
Oh, I think she came out a little low. Challenging area we all liked before.
I'm throwing my Onyx here, hoping to turn it over. Maybe actually get some follow through. Slide up in that gut. Didn't quite get over enough again. So I'm in that same spot.
Same spot, man. Here's that flick. Oh,
Yeah.
a
And
fortunate
that's
roll.
completely blind. Like, she's throwing that blind from there. So that was a great shot.
I definitely wanted to run for it, put it in the basket, but I was up on a hill and I did not get it high enough at all. I really didn't think you had a line, but you found it. Look at that. Like, I don't even know what hole that came out of. But
I really did. I mean, like, that line, I couldn't possibly have actually put it in the basket. Oh, I mean, enough to just put me, close for the push, but.
And so with some back and forth, we discussed where we would play next because we're pushing now 3 holes, and we go on to the back hole that we did not place it first or play it first. And actually, Christina has never seen this hole before. So you have to go over the water, through the trees. The basket is way back there. And most of us ladies are happy to get past those trees just like that.
Right. And this is another one of those ones where, like I was saying, if the gap is far enough away that it gets a lot scarier, because it just gets a lot more play at the end of it. And you really hit that gap. Just, man, hit that train kick, but you, like, hit that gap perfect.
Yeah, that tree kicked it off. But, I mean, I'll be honest, like, I've never come close to the basket per se for us.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in the way. I mean, you could have a great shot and still kind of tap something, so.
You play this so beautifully. Look at that. Like, past the basket.
With that one.
So
that was onyx again. I just try to get a little bit of turn on it because it does have that stable finish at the end. But your kick, unfortunate for something like this, but in a regular round, you'd probably be pretty happy with it because you're out in the open, instead of being out in that stuff on the right. So.
Absolutely. Like, I had to run for it. Yeah, I'm happy with mine. I know what I'm love. And to say if it didn't hit a tree where it would have been, I was super stoked.
Right.
Oh, good, Casey.
Oh, yeah, she was trying, man. She was not just laying down easy on those skins. And I'm putting for 2 here with
Look at that. Oh, look at that. That putting challenge, Andy.
Look at me. I'm like, oh my God, I made one. Finally.
Well played.
I should have been straddle putting the whole time.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like, I know that you've been bombing those, long putts on that competition, and it came through. And I'm just good play though. I think we gave a good show for them, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I said, with so many pushed, and it was anybody's game at that point. And I'm glad that I was actually able to take it where I actually did well. I would hate for it to be on, say, somebody missing a putt or somebody popping off a tree, and then I just happened to get lucky into it. So, yeah, it was crazy because it could have been literally anybody at any moment taking all those skins.